What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with an analysis breakdown on Vince Carter. When you look at this game, he was relentless, going to the rim, high flyer, sky drifter, hoverboarding in the air, just playing in the air and just having fun. It was his specialty, and just getting to the rim, finding all different type of angles, even using, you know, your ability to in length to be able to finish inside the paint was just special. And the fact that he went with relentless aggression. He didn't care about getting fouled. He didn't care about if you was going to be in the way. He didn't care if he had to jump over you or find a different angle to attack the basket, as you see. And he really was a force, just with his body and just being fearless when it comes to attacking the paint. And that's something that you don't really see too many guys try to do because they scared of injuries. And just the finesse part of it, I can hang in the air and do what I want, and I can use it to my advantage too. And then being able to score at a high volume, attacking the rim, being an above average high volume scorer is something that he ended up embodying and ended up becoming. And you see the quickness, the speed, and the ability to make decisions in the air to turn it into a bucket and not a turnover or a block. And this is why I call him a sky drifter. He stays in the air long enough to make that decision how he wants to score, and he ends up doing it easily. And it's just something that's beautiful to see. And when you look at him, sometimes you think that all he had to do is attack the rim, but he had other things that he could do, and he had the ability to hang in the air. Like some people want to do, but he actually can do it on possession even as he got older. But he also can hang in the air for a mid-range jump shot. And I feel this is one of his parts of his game that always was a little underrated is that Vince Carter was a guy that you can pass the ball to and he can just pull up and make a mid-range jump shot, whether he's coming off a screen, whether it's a dribble handoff, or whether it's just an isolation. Sometimes he would just pull up without even dribbling that much and just knock it down with ease. And it was just a good thing to see him add a lot of more moves to his repertoire, just besides being a finisher. And he only really got better at it. And you see him dragging the defender really want to cut him off until they have to surrender the mid-range shot, and he ends up knocking it down on different types of defenses. Even when you put somebody bigger or smaller, he can always take his time to get the right matchup and then take advantage of it. But he can also hit a swing fadeaway. Like the fadeaway game was nice, the pull-up game was nice, but he did it so frequently, and then it just became a part of his game and a part of how he attacked the defenses. And he would challenge you, like, what do you think you're gonna give me? And if you try to, take me out of my element, I'd rather just hit you with the pull up jump shot or the fadeaway, and it would just become a move that becomes unstoppable after a while. But he also had to pull up three. This is something that was the modern game of the 3 point shot was becoming more important. The 3 point shot allow you to space for your teammates, and the 3 point shot just allow things to be easier when it comes to making a decision, especially when you have a guy that's 6'6" that can already jump out the building. It already made the shot impossible almost to block. And then he was just making threes at, above average high volume clip before he even retired. And his numbers are 37.4 from three. And the only thing that got tougher is when he lost some of his athleticism. The shots got tougher to be able to do, but obviously that's how it's supposed to get when you get older. But other than that, Vince Carter is one of the best scorers of the modern era, one of the most influential players to the shooting guard and just the guard position in general. Excitement was a show. Knew how to get everybody attention, knew how to dominate a game, knew how to help the team win, and those are what you want to see out of a franchise guy. I know he doesn't have the greatest reputation, mainly only in Toronto, but that thing is slowly healing. That thing is slowly, evolving as he's been retired. So, people start to forgive after a while. And, it's good to know that his legacy wasn't stained by Toronto because he was able to do great seasons in Jersey and places like that. And I love the fact that he's being remembered better and things are starting to cool down in that sense. Other than that, you have to mention his legacy, one of the greatest scorers that we have seen, one of the most appealing players when it comes to markability, when it comes to style, when it comes to grace, when it comes to dominance. Is all about Vince Carter, and he was able to do it. Some people always say, what if he could have been a little bit more focused or a little bit better defensively? It just wasn't his game. But what we do have to do is appreciate what he did do and what he did bring to the table, because it was tough enough to do that, especially because he was one of those guys that stayed healthy enough to always make an impact. He always wanted to play as many games as he could, and he did play very well even when he was younger, to be able to do it. And I feel like when you can do it at this type of level, and you can do it at the highest level, and it can be at a dominant level, you got to give they got guys credit after a while, even if you got a love hate relationship with them. It's just called respect after a while, and that's all you really should give him at this point. Now that he's retired. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notification bell for more analysis, and see you guys later.